Princess Chandralekha. King Vikramaditya cautiously approached the peepal tree. The corpse was hanging upside down as usual. He took the corpse down. Placing it on his shoulder, he marched towards his kingdom. On the way, Baital the ghost said to him, I am going to tell you another story. Listen to it carefully and answer my question wisely. Otherwise, I will break your head into pieces. So Baital began telling the story. There was a beautiful princess named Chandralekha in the kingdom of Magadha. Many princes from far and wide wished to marry her, but to their disappointment, Chandralekha did not find none of them suitable. Days went by. Chandralekha's mother became worried. She was surprised that Chandralekha did not like even one of the suitors. One day she asked Chandralekha, why have you rejected all the marriage proposals? Did you not like any of them? What qualities are you looking for in your future husband? The suitors. Princess Chandralekha thought for a moment and then replied, my husband should be strong and talented. He should also be courageous. Her mother said, if this is so, then look for these qualities yourself in the princes who propose to you for marriage. Chandralekha replied, yes, mother, I will. Some days later, a prince named Virendra came and proposed to Chandralekha. She did not beat about the bush and asked, what is your expertise? Virendra replied, I tell the fortunes of people and I have never been proven wrong. Chandralekha told him to be their guest till she made up her mind. The prince was taken to the guest chamber of the palace. The next day, another prince by the name of Udayveer arrived in the palace. He too proposed to Chandralekha. She said to him, if you wish to marry me, I would like to know what your skills are. The princess is missing. Prince Udayveer replied that he possessed a chariot which could run on land and fly in the sky as well. He too was asked to stay as a guest by Chandralekha. Next day, a prince named Dhananjay proposed to Chandralekha. Princess Chandralekha put up the same question to him as she had put up to the other two princes. He replied, I am an unparalleled warrior. No one can face me. He was also invited to stay as a guest. Everything seemed to be going well when something terrible happened. Chandralekha was found missing from the palace. She could be found nowhere. A detailed search was made, but there was no trace of her. The worried queen sent for Prince Virendra. She said to him, you must know by now that the princess is missing. You are a fortune teller. Please find out where she is. The prince went into a trance. The princess is rescued. Then he made some calculations on a piece of paper and said, a giant in the hope of marrying the princess has kidnapped her. The panicked queen went to her room. She summoned all the three princes in her room. Then she made a request to them saying, please save my daughter Chandralekha. The three princes got down to work immediately. Prince Virendra drew a map to reach the giant's palace. Prince Udayveer offered to take the two princes in his magical chariot. Prince Dhananjay drew his sword and they all flew in the chariot towards the palace of the giant. The giant was furious to see the three princes in his palace. He rushed to fight against them. Dhananjay faced him. A fierce fight took place between him and the giant. Finally, Dhananjay cut off the giant's head with his sword. The giant lay dead. All three princes were happy. The dilemma. Chandralekha and the three princes returned to the kingdom. The queen was very happy to see Chandralekha alive and well. She thanked all the three princes. Now all was well. Everybody was happy, but something new was happening. The three princes were arguing amongst themselves as to who should get the princess. Prince Virendra said, If I had not told the whereabouts of the princess, you would not have found her. So it is me who should marry her. Prince Udaivir argued. It was due to my chariot that we could reach the giant's palace. Prince Dhananjay stated. Had I not fought the giant, everyone would have been dead, and the giant would have married Chandralekha. Finally, it was decided that Princess Chandralekha should herself choose her future husband. Baital said, Vikram, answer me now. Whom did she marry? Who was the most deserving of the three? Vikramaditya's answer. Baital continued, let me remind you that all the three princes made almost the same contribution towards the release of Chandralekha from the hands of the giant. And as always, if you do not answer my question correctly, I will break your head into pieces. King Vikramaditya was silent for a few moments and then replied, as the saying goes, might is right. So it would be Prince Dhananjay who was most suitable to marry Chandralekha. If he had not killed the giant, it would have been impossible to free the princess. Baital said, rightly judged Vikram, but you have spoken in spite of my warnings. Now I have no choice but to leave you and return to my tree. Having said so, Baital left the shoulder of King Vikramaditya and flew away. A furious King Vikramaditya drew out his sword and ran after Baital to catch him once again. Thanks for watching the story.